Hi everyone, welcome back to my lab. If you're new to my channel, I'm Yori. Welcome, I'm happy you joined me today. Hopefully you'll consider subscribing if you do enjoy weekly content on makeup and beauty. I upload on Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm really excited about today's video because it is going to be two firsts for me. The first being that this is my first collaboration video and it is going to be with my friend Oralia from Style and Lipstick here on YouTube. It's interesting because we were one of the first subscribers to each other's channels, and so as we've proceeded on our YouTube journeys, it's been really interesting to see how we have grown. I definitely see an improvement with each of her videos and she's just getting better every day. Hopefully she can see the same on my channel. She definitely helped me the other day figure out how to do the poll options, so thank you so much Oralia for that, and I'm really excited to be collaborating. A first that we're both sharing is that this video is going to be an anti-haul. This was made popular on YouTube by the amazing Kimberly Clark, so I will leave her information in the description down below, as well as the information to Oralia's channel, which is called Style and Lipstick. Hopefully once you watch my video, you will go and check out her video. When we decided that we wanted to collaborate, we figured an anti-haul would be a great idea, and we're also going to share our makeup wish list because as much as we would like to anti-haul everything, there's always those products that get us. So if you're interested in seeing my anti-haul, my wish list, and my recommendation, then let's get started. So the first product that I will not be buying this holiday season is going to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sugar Glow Kit. This glow kit retails for $40 and it contains 4 shades. 3 of the 4 shades are re-promoted shades. I do already own the Sweets Glow Kit, which is one of the kits from which shades are re-promoted. This one has the shade Marshmallow and Butterscotch. And then I also own the Gleam Glow Kit, and this one has the shade Starburst. Now I've even heard rumors that the shade Gumdrop is really another re-promote and rename of the shade Hard Candy from this glow kit because of the name Hard Candy, since there's a brand that already carries the name Hard Candy that they changed the name of it. But that's just hearsay on Instagram and I cannot confirm or deny that information. I'm just sharing something that I read. There's just no way I can rationalize spending $40 on one shade from an entire glow kit. Now this makes the collector in me a little bit sad because I do own all of the other glow kits, and so I like the idea of having the entire collection, but we really need to be more savvy about how we spend our money, especially this time of year and in general. I know that a lot of people are excited for this palette because they did not get the Gleam Glow Kit, and that Starburst shade is very, very popular. So I'm happy that it's being released, and I know that it does have its place amongst the makeup collectors, and a lot of people are going to enjoy that palette, and I'm really happy. Let me know if you're gonna pick that palette, but for me, with 3 of the shades, possibly 4 already in my collection, I would rather just buy a single highlight that I can love and pass on this one. The next product I'm not going to buy is the Sephora Collection Into the Stars palette. This is a monstrosity. I dislike this so much. Personally, I enjoy the Sephora Collection products, but these palettes, these hodgepodge of multiple products, I do not enjoy, and they do not appeal to me at all. This palette claims to have eyeshadows, lip glosses, color correctors, bronzers, highlighters, brow powders. It's just supposed to be an all-in-one palette, which I understand the appeal in an all-in-one palette because you can just buy one thing and you have a little bit of everything. But whenever I try to do many things at once, I realize I'm not doing any one thing very well at all. And I feel like this is the problem with this palette. Sephora Collection has some of my favorite products. For example, the brow enhancer is one of my absolute favorite products ever, and their brushes are fantastic as well. But this palette is just trying to do too much. It's a mess. All the individual products are so super tiny. I think my eyeshadow brushes, despite the fact that my eyes are small, are way bigger than the pan sizes of those eyeshadows. To be honest, I only see this thing appealing to someone who is trying to purchase a gift for someone else, and in my opinion, save the $49.50, get them a gift card instead. They will love it and appreciate it tons more, and they'll be able to pick out something that they will really love. Honestly, this to me is a disaster. I don't even know why they make it because they always end up on sale. I always see them in the clearance rack all tattered and torn, and it's just a bad idea. I just don't like it. The third item that I am not going to buy is by Benefit Cosmetics. This is the Complexionista palette. Now I have to give it to Benefit Cosmetics. They definitely have the cuteness factor, like all summed up. It's a very, very cute palette. I've even seen it in person and it's adorable. It's very slim. It looks portable, like it'll be good to travel with. It retails for $32, which is not too expensive, and it does come with 6 products. But here's my problem with this palette. How many times are they going to repackage Hoola bronzer? I don't even use Hoola bronzer and I own it probably in 3 different palettes from Benefit. Also, this palette, which is a complexion palette, comes in 1 shade. So I find it to be just very exclusive to a specific shade range that will be actually able to use this palette. And then it comes with 2 concealers, 2 bronzers, and 2 highlights. There's also cream and powder products. There's nothing separating them. It's just gonna make a big mess in the palette eventually. And I just think that the idea is good to have a very slim sort of all-in-one palette, but I think that it would have been much improved if they had included just 3 products in the palette, made it very small, cut down the price definitely, and have 1 concealer, 1 bronzer, and 1 highlight. I don't understand the 2 bronzer concept, especially because anybody who can use Hoola Light wouldn't be using regular Hoola and vice versa. And we need a Hoola for deeper skin tones because even though I'm a medium skin tone, I can barely see Hoola on my skin, and that's the reason why I don't use it. The same for the concealers. There's a lighter shade and a darker shade, and I can understand that a little bit more because maybe you can use 1 shade for highlighting and another one for spot concealing, but again, that's only for a certain range of skin tones, and so I just have a problem with this palette. The highlights are okay. There's the Twinkle Dandelion Twinkle one and then the What's Up, which are nice products, but you have cream and a powder highlight right next to each other in a very small palette. To me, it's just a disaster waiting to happen. It's not a palette that I can fully use on myself, and so just, what is this? I won't be purchasing this, not even on sale. The next product I'm not going to buy is from Tarte Cosmetics. This is their Amazonian Clay Blush Bazaar. This palette retails for $44, and actually I think it's a very nice deal and a very useful tool for anyone building their makeup collection because you do get 10 variations of blushes and highlights all in 1 palette. But the reason why I personally will not be purchasing this palette is because I own this palette. This is last year's Amazonian Clay color wheel, and if you look inside, hopefully you can see that this palette is barely touched. I do use it. I do like it, which is why I think it's a nice product, but I still have this one without an absolute dent in this palette, and so I definitely do not need this one. If you did buy this palette, unless you panned it, and I definitely didn't pan it, I don't think you need it in your collection. I also purchased the blush book because I don't own a blush book, and I did like that concept a little bit more because you can remove the individual pans and put them in a travel palette. So I did think that was nice, and it is a new product to me. But as far as the Blush Bazaar, it is just entirely too similar to this color wheel, and so I'm going to be passing on this one. Pretty though, and that's what gets us every single time. The next product I'm not going to buy is from Becca Cosmetics. This is the Becca Cosmetics Après Ski, I had to look that up, eye palette. It's an eyeshadow palette of all shimmery neutral shades that are based off of their existing highlighters. It retails for $45. Now I've seen this palette in store. The first thing I want to mention that it is not as heavy duty as it looks. It's a rather lightweight palette. There's also a lot of empty space in the packaging, and the shadows are teeny tiny. Now the shadows are named after the different highlighters in Becca's collection, so Rose Quartz, Pearl, Moonstone, Opal, Topaz, and 2 special shades, Toasted Marshmallow and Hot Cocoa. Now at the beginning of this video, I showed you my 2 Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kits. I could sit here and show you several Becca palettes as well as all my Becca single highlighters. There's absolutely no purpose in me purchasing an eyeshadow palette for $45 that has shades I already own in the highlighter form. What prevents me using the highlighters on my eyes? I could use them on my eyes. When I reviewed the Becca Chrissy Teigen palette, I actually did my whole face, so I used those face powders as eyeshadows and they worked out just fine. So I do not need an entire palette full of neutral shadows that are really based off of highlighters, most of which I already own. Furthermore, if you open up your Naked palettes or your chocolate bar palettes or your Tarte palette whatever your brand preference is for eyeshadow palettes. I'm guessing you have these shades in your eyeshadow collection 8 times over. I do, and so I definitely will not be spending $45 on this eyeshadow palette. And you know, this is the Après Ski collection, which is apparently a social event that you do after skiing. Well, I don't even ski, so I don't need it. All right, so let's move on to those things that I'm having a really hard time resisting. The first product I'd like to feature is by Nude Sticks. This is the Nude Artist Box Creator Palette. It retails for $59, and I have to say that's part of the reason why I've been resisting. This has 6 full-size lip products that have been created in collaboration with 6 different influencers, one of which I actually really watch a lot, which is Samantha Ravndal. I really enjoy her videos, and she created a shade in the palette that looks really nice. So I definitely wouldn't mind supporting her. Also, I never really tried anything from Nude Sticks Cosmetics that I can remember. I don't remember, but I've been seeing them a lot on YouTube videos, especially the eye crayons or the multi-sticks, and then the lip products as well. And so I've been really curious about this. It is 6 full-size products, 6 different shades, and there's a variety. So they're mostly nude, but some are more pinky nudes, some are more traditional nudes, and some are more red. And so I think that there's a good enough variety here. It comes in this really cute tin as well with all of the influencer signatures or something on it. It's just really a cute collection, and I've had my eye on it for a while. Not for $59, but maybe with a VIB sale or something like that. It might not be a bad investment. Have you ever tried any products from Nude Sticks? What should I check out? If not this palette, can you make any recommendations for something else that I should try? The next item on my holiday wish list is from Hourglass Cosmetics. This is the Metallic and Strobe Lighting Palette. This is a special holiday limited edition palette that has 3 highlighters. It retails for $62. Now, I've heard nothing but amazing things about Hourglass, and I have shared nothing but amazing things about Hourglass myself with the few products that I have tried from their line. This baby right here is popping up in everybody's favorite videos. They're claiming how it's an absolute different formula than their original formula for or strobe powders, because they're different than the face powders. So they're not setting or finishing powders. These are highlighters. And so apparently they're different than their original. Now, I don't own any of the originals. These retail for about $46 if I'm not mistaken. And so in this palette, you have 3 minis, all of which I think will work on my skin tone for $62. And so I think it's a pretty good deal. I don't know. Let me know if this is worth my curiosity. Do you own this product already? Would you recommend the Hourglass strobing powders? Let me know in the comment section down below. The last product that's on my wish list that I wanted to share is by Bite Beauty. This is the Bite Amuse Bouche Liquefied Liquid Lip Set. And it's a set of 4 minis, and it retails for $22. Now, I've also happened to see these in person, and they are teeny tiny, like little bitty guys like this. But what I like about them is that there are 4 different shades, and they range from nude to a more vampy fall color, and also a reddish tone, so you get a nice variety of shades to try. And this is also a fairly new product to the Bite Beauty line. It's a great way to try 4 minis for less than the price of a full-size product, just to see if you like it. I can't remember finishing a lip product. I think that the one I've made the biggest dent in has been my YSL Tint and Oil Rouge Volute Fancy Lipstick business. But other than that, I don't remember finishing a lip product before having to throw it away. So I think that trying out the minis, especially from the Bite Beauty line, they're known not to put a lot of preservatives and harsh chemicals into their products. So I feel like their shelf life might be a little bit reduced, maybe. So the minis might be a great deal, and the shades are really nice. Have you tried this formula before? What do you think of it? I've heard they're very comfortable on the lips and also very pigmented, but they don't fully dry down matte. And I think that's great because I already have a lot of liquid lipsticks, and so I'm curious to try this formula. And $22, that's not bad. Now on to my recommendations. So Oralia, you and everybody else needs to try. I know I'm kind of cheating a little bit because this isn't a holiday item. I'll give a holiday recommendation in a minute. But this product is by Too Faced. It is the Primed and Poreless Press Powder. You may have seen it. I use it as a mirror in one of my makeup tutorials because it's just always on my vanity. I use this product all the time. And it's nothing really special, but You know what? It is special. This product is super special. This is a setting powder. So it's a skin smoothing priming powder, but what I really use this product for is to set my under eye concealer. You could set your entire face with this if you wanted, but usually I use a powder with more color to it rather than a translucent one. But this product is super soft. It never creases. It never flashes back. It doesn't settle into fine lines. It blurs all the imperfections. I just don't understand why more people don't talk about this. This was in my favorites of last year. It's going to be in my favorites of this year. It's kind of in my holy grail products. This is amazing stuff. And I like my translucent powders. I recently tried some that I really, really enjoyed. But you can't beat the convenience of something that is pressed. It's very soft. It picks up on the brush just fine. It picks up on the brush perfectly, so it isn't messy. When I'm running out the door to go to work, I don't have time to go around messing with a loose setting powder. So this is just a quick item that I just grab, I apply, and I go, and I trust it. So I highly, highly recommend this product. More people need to be talking about this product. It's not new. I've only ever seen it on someone else's channel one time, only once. And I was like, yes, I am subscribing because you've got good taste in makeup. Okay, I cheated because that was supposed to be holiday themed. So I've got a holiday item that I'm recommending. And the holiday item that I'm recommending that I think is just coasting under the radar of all these Too Faced planners and Tarte big box of everything, you guys are missing something. And it is the Makeup Forever Lustrous Shadow Palette. I just picked it up because I saw it in store and I could not resist. So this probably will remind you of the Viseart palette that is being released. I think it's called Golden Hour and it's an exclusive to Sephora. It looks kind of like that. But here's my rationale for recommending the Makeup Forever one. First, Makeup Forever hardly ever comes out with palettes. I have a couple. I've got this one. This one is the Artist Shadows Volume 1. I've also got Volume 4 in my collection. But if you look at this collection of shadows, this one is all neutrals, kind of cool tone neutrals. I also own this one, which is all matte neutral shades, and this one is the Artist Shadows number 4. These are all beautiful, beautiful shadows. Now, Makeup Forever does not often come out with shadows, and the quality of their single shadows are amazing, but they are very expensive. They're big. I know you get a lot of product, blah, 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 but they're like $22 for one shadow, so that's kind of expensive. So when they come out with a palette, I pay attention. So let me just show you this palette. I still have the plastic on it and everything. It comes in this amazing tin. Apparently I like products that come in tins because in my wish list there were two, the Bite Beauty and the Nude Sticks. They come in tins, and this recommendation comes in a tin, but I just think it's really cute. But when you open it up, here's the palette. This palette retails for $49 and you have 12 shades. What I love about this palette is that this is a neutral palette that is on trend. You've got your berry tones for fall. You've got your very neutral shades with that copper pop of color for the lid. And you also have your cranberries. This is fall in a palette, to me. I also like that you have a variety of finishes. So the first two columns as well as the last one, these are all matte shadows. And then the center is all shimmer. So these are metallic shadows. Now, as I understand, this is a brand new formula to the Makeup Forever line. They have claimed that some of these are blushes. I guess you could use any shadow as a blush, but I call it an eyeshadow palette. The packaging just says there's two blushes in here. Apparently, they've redone their formula, and this is how they're previewing it, and I think it's an amazing way to try it. Now, I'm not going to swatch this little guy because I want to feature it in another video, but I highly encourage you to go to Sephora and swatch this guy. The pigmentation is amazing and the color payoff is as well. I did try it on in store. It was brand new. As I told you, I think people are sort of letting this slide under the radar of all of the other glitz and glamorous things that are going on. And I think it's a mistake. I think you should really check this guy out. The quality seems to be really, really great. The pigmentation is really nice and the shadows feel so creamy. They're so pigmented and I cannot wait to dig into this baby. So I'm recommending for everyone to go check this one out. Don't let it slide under the radar. It is a little similar to the Viseart Golden Hour palette that's out there, but the reason why I'm recommending this one is because the Viseart palette is $49 as well, and the traditional Viseart palette is $80. So me personally, my choice would be to purchase a Viseart original palette for which they are known and established, and spend my money that way rather than on a limited edition thing that's just a holiday release. So I would prefer going with one of their established products. But this one is a chance to try a lot of Makeup Forever shadows all in one. And so I think it's a great deal and I highly recommend it. What do you think? Alright, that's it for my video, my first anti-haul, my first collab. Please make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you did enjoy this type of video. Be sure to check out my friend Oralia at Style and Lipstick. I will leave her video linked in the description box down below. That's exactly where I'm headed, as I have not seen her video and we didn't discuss what we were going to put in each other's videos. So I'm very curious to see what she's anti-hauling, wishing for, and recommending. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you very soon on my next video. Bye-bye!